This next bout, which is the main event, is brought to you by our friends and Steel Fist Fight Night's title sponsor, Jason Jones and Vapor Mania. Okay, that sounds good. Thanks for all you do for us at Steel Fist Fight Night. Thank you very much, Vapor Mania. You guys rock. Definitely get vaping with Vapor Mania. Remember, this is going to be the last time you will ever hear me cage announce again. So let's make it poppin'. Ladies and gentlemen, are y'all ready for the main event of the evening? This is for the Pro Steel Fist Fight Night Featherweight Championship belt. And it is scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Here, introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5'8", weighed in at 144 pounds with a professional record of 15 wins and 10 losses. Representing Limitless MMA, give it up for Kerry the
I can't tell you how excited I am. One, Jose Baco does a great job announcing this. This is the main event. Kerry the Lattimer, 29, 145, 5'8". This guy, Ryan, came out of nowhere, out of Idaho, and just started cleaning house of some of the toughest fighters. A recent win over the tough Eduardo Rivera. Also, you know, just cleaning house. He comes from Limitless MMA. Shane Cochran, Nick Q, Jimmy S, DJ Trainer, Mark Massey. His style is one way, aggressive. So what else do we know about this guy? He's sort of unorthodox, but what do you know about him?
Well, what I know about him is I heard about him in Idaho a while ago. Pretty much a guy that'll pick up a fight anywhere between 145 to 170 pounds. He's just down to bang. He pretty much, what I also heard, and this is word on the street, because it's not what he put down here as the reason why he started fighting. But I heard the reason he started fighting was to get free tickets to the shows.
I don't doubt that. This guy is one of the nicest guys. What's his record? How many fights does this guy have?
Well, recorded, he's 8-2 pro. But I also know he did fight Gabriel Palaio up there in Idaho, pro fight, but it's not on his record. So I'm curious as to how many more are on his record that aren't showing us right here.
Unsanctioned fights, maybe fighting in places where they don't have an athletic commission, who's not going to show up. But again, he fights because he loves it. I don't doubt that story that he fought to get free tickets. That's just sort of the good nature. I have a funny story about this guy. He was fighting last time in the co-main event, and he made sure that his head was over the railing, and he was taking time to congratulate other fighters versus focusing on his fight. He cares about people, whether, and it's important for him to please the Steel Fist fans, and he has an opportunity to do this tonight. He dedicated this fight to who?
He dedicates this to his family and his friends, and to Adri Store. It's a refrigeration place that works in the potato industry up there in Idaho.
I heard the boss actually bought tickets for all the employees.
Oh, that's great.
He stands 5'9", weighed in at 146 pounds with a professional record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Representing the pit elevated, give it up for Randy, the Desert Demon, the pride of the Navajo Nation, Yellowhair!
Here we go, Randy the Desert Demon, Yellowhair, 28, 145, 5'9". His record is 13-2 as an amateur. He's got a lot of amateur fights, and he's 5-1 as a pro. He comes down there from the pit elevated. Jason, Arnold, Legends boxing coach Arnold, Andrew Scott, And he's also did a little bit of training up in Hidden Valley with us, and he wanted to say thanks, obviously, to Michael Hermosillo. But you know, this fight about you, Randy, I had a chance to sit in the sauna with him when he was cutting weight, and it wasn't a pleasant experience, but I can tell he's excited for this fight. What do we know about Randy Yellowhair that the fans need to know about him?
Well, all they need to know is he's a tough guy and he's going to put on a show for you. I mean, he's got wrestling, he's got boxing. He started fighting in May of 2010, turned pro July 13th of 2012, so just 2 years of that amateur career. But as you see, he picked up a lot of fights in that meantime. He's fighting at 145. He wants to get that belt, just like most people here, and he started taking jiu-jitsu classes in about 2010 at the UVU for a PE class. I wish they had jiu-jitsu for PE when I was in school.
They didn't. I played dodgeball, and that hasn't helped me much in the cage.
And I know, and I actually probably would have stayed in school a lot longer if we had jiu-jitsu class.
That's right, you and me both. Hey, his last opponent was LJ Schultz, somebody you know something about who obviously has fought here before. Tell me about that last fight between those two.
That's probably fight of the year if you want my opinion. Those two just stood there, punched each other in the face for, round after round. It went the full 3 rounds. He got the victory over LJ. It was a tough fight on both, parties' part. But honestly, that's the fight where I really got a lot of respect for Yellowhair.
Yellowhair, a guy like that coming into a fight like that's going to make you tough. This guy works at Lifetime Fitness. He's a new father. He has to balance training, going to school, with being a great father. Is that going to help him or hurt him tonight?
I think it's going to help him. It shows him that dedication. It's going to show him that time management that he has to use and kind of that strict structure that you need as a fighter to make sure you get all your training in.
Ryan, I'm not going to ask you to make a prediction. It's too early in the fight, but I will ask you to make a prediction. Are the fans going to see a good fight?
Oh, I can guarantee they'll see a good fight. Guarantee they will see a good fight. And honestly, I couldn't pick who's going to win either way. Randy Yellowhair, he's tough. I've only seen him submitted. Kerry Lattimer, as far as I know, he's never been knocked out. So he's got a chin on him, and if these two just go at it, I don't see either one falling. So I see it going 5-minute rounds of these guys just punching each other in the face.
You got Jock Bardeen over here, UFC veteran. You also got Arnold for the boxing. He's got a great pit over here. Randy Yellowhair, and also does Kerry. This is going to be a great fight. Randy Yellowhair's in the yellow trunks, sporting the Hayabusa and the pit elevated logo on the last part of his pants there. I can tell you, Kerry is unorthodox, so both of these guys, it's going to be a great fight. You got to keep your hands up with Kerry. He comes out of nowhere with some really unique stuff.
Oh, he likes to throw that overhand right and then shoot for a double leg.
He does.
He'll throw an overhand right, shoot for double leg, sit on top, and just start pounding you.
Here we go. We got Kerry in the black trunks. We got Randy Yellowhair in the yellow trunks. A very quick touch of gloves. Interesting thing about Randy Yellowhair, people don't know, he's got a boxing background. He started boxing first.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He started boxing when he was about 12 years old, so he's got really tough boxing.
Yeah, well, he's just a tough kid all around, and so is Kerry. I mean, if I were to look at this and studying both of these two guys, which I've done, Kerry's only, weaknesses that I see are submissions. But then again, he went against the tough Thiago Alves last time out, and he didn't get submitted there either. Not last time out. I think it was a fight before that.
What you just saw, Ryan, is the wrestling from Randy Yellowhair. People don't understand he's a decorated wrestler too. Kerry's gotten most people down to the ground there, and Randy was able to mitigate that takedown and switch it. Now Randy's in control. Kerry throws a front guillotine there. Is he going to get it?
No, I don't think he's going to get it, especially not from that angle. He's going to get slammed, and Yellowhair does a great job passing into side control to relieve that pressure on that guillotine. It's kind of pointless to Kerry holding that right now, except for to hold him down on top of him.
Maybe to keep him from mitigating strikes. What would you like to see Randy do from this position?
From Randy, from here, I'd like to see a knee on belly and start to transition into mount. It looks like Kerry's turning into him, though, right now, but I still think that he could start to work that. It looks like he opts to go for a half guard instead.
I'm curious on why Kerry's an experienced fighter, but he's keeping the head around the neck. Is that just to keep Randy from advancing?
That's what I would think.
And Randy doesn't go to a mount. He jumps to back, something I haven't seen in a long time.
He's got both hooks.
Both hooks in.
No, now he has both hooks in.
Randy secures a rear naked choke. I can't see. Is it in?
I can't see it. I'm trying to look at the TV screen right now to see what I can see. I know Kerry Lattimer's a tough kid, and he's going to try to fight it. I don't see much hand control on Kerry's part, though. I see 2 hands out.
Kerry may be in trouble. He's putting both hands under. Randy's got a rear naked choke. Kerry's punching. He's got to be careful. He's also got a body triangle. What's that body triangle do to you?
Oh, that body triangle is going to suck the wind out of him right there. Kerry, if possible, because as you can see, Randy's starting to lose that angle on that rear naked choke. He's not completely behind him. Kerry should try to roll.
Yeah, see,
there he goes. Kerry should try to roll to his right now and relieve that pressure by putting that foot on the ground that Yellowhair has locked up in that body triangle.
He's going for that choke again, but to your point, I don't think the angle's there. Kerry's got to get out of this position. Would you agree?
Yeah, he's got to get up. He can't stand there. He's just taking heavy shots. Again, he's a tough kid, but not everybody can take shots like that forever.
No, absolutely. Especially like a guy who's decorated on his hands, with his hands and his feet in terms of jiu-jitsu. Randy is in a dominant position. He's raining down blows. Kerry's got to get up.
Well, and you'll notice Yellowhair's opted for one hook, and now he's got both again. But it looks like Kerry Lattimer's trying to ram him into the cage.
That's the experience. That's what I'm talking about. How many people would think to do that? You know, he probably did that on many Indian reservations and maybe in a couple street fights too.
And we have a mouth guard out, it looks like. And I'm not sure exactly whose it is right now. And I see Yellowhair's face looks a little bit red. I don't know if that's just red or if there's any blood coming from Kerry somewhere or something like that.
I think Kerry's get a little bit cut early on. He's got those double hooks in. Would you like to see him go to a single hook, or you want to keep those doubles in?
Well, you know, I like the double hooks if he could flatten them out. But if he's having a hard time flattening them out, he might want to go to that single hook just so he can maintain control. He does have him against the cage right there.
Yeah, I think you're well point. He's walking over to his corner. That's the experience of an experienced fighter. Do you see what he just did there, Ryan? Oh, and Randy goes for that rear naked choke. I think he's got his chin down. I can't really see.
I think it's down to him. He's going palm to palm right now.
And he slides out. They're slippery, right? So that's going to slide right off too.
Yeah, it's the first round, but these guys have already been going at it for a couple minutes, so they're already getting wet. It's going to be a little bit harder. I mean, he's going for the rear naked choke all over again. Whether he sinks it in or not, I cannot see from this angle, but it looks pretty deep. He's got the body triangle again, and he looks to be at a better angle than he was last time. Kerry looks to be doing a 2-on-1 to try to relieve that. What would you like to see Yellowhair do instead to avoid that 2-on-1?
Well, Randy has a Marcelo Garcia rear naked choke, but you can just lock it up with the shoulder and finish it. But Kerry's too savvy for that. I would like to see Kerry get to his feet, because right now he's carrying the weight of Randy Yellowhair, and he's doing heavy damage. Right now I'd like to see him explode up. Yeah,
explode up, get to his feet, turn back to him, see if we can get it. It looks like it's going underneath, but Kerry's pushing it back up to his face.
Kerry's got to be careful. I'm not sure what Kerry's doing. Maybe he's just trying to bide his time and to stand up and picking his spots. Kerry's very savvy, but Randy right now has been dominating the action. Kerry tries to throw an elbow, does a good job of doing a spin out. What's he got to do now to get up?
Right now he needs to wall walk. Use that cage and try to get up, but you know, it looks like Randy's trying to put a lot of pressure there. Oh, and there you go. I hear the click right now for the end of the round.
10-second warning. That first round obviously going to Yellowhair. I don't think there's going to be enough time in here for Kerry to finish him off. Had there been enough time, we might have seen a second round. Did they stop it?
No, it wasn't stopped. That was just the end of the round.
Okay, good. There we go. Got me a little worried there because that was an exciting fight.
Well, and for the last probably minute, I would say, Randy Yellowhair has not had his mouth guard in. They were waiting for a lull in the action, and they just never stopped.
Had me scared there for a second. I thought it was going to be an early stoppage, but Ethan Andrews, probably one of the best refs in the business, to your point, is well on the action. I got to tell you, had there been another minute, do you think that fight could have looked a little different there with Kerry on top?
Yes, it could. That's exactly where Kerry wants to be. I think Yellowhair needs to be careful with that. I mean, if you were in Yellowhair's corner, you worked with him a little bit, what would you tell him for the second round?
I'd tell him to do exactly what he did in the first round, but try to stay in a dominant position. Again, it looks like Kerry's having a hard time with those body triangles, things like that. What does Kerry got to do to come up on the winning end of this fight?
You know, he needs to avoid that takedown. He needs to try to keep it on its feet, stuff that wrestling, or at least get a takedown himself. I mean, as you can see, he doesn't look too damaged, or at least he's trying to let people know he doesn't. And if you want my honest opinion, he doesn't look very damaged right now.
He doesn't. This guy's got weird cardio, and he's having fun. He threw his hands up to the crowd. Again, the crowd's getting their money's worth. Championship fight, 5 5-minute rounds. Randy Yellowhair, Kerry the Batterer Lattimer. I'm excited to see round 2. Let's go, Ryan.
Yeah, let's do it. And there goes Kerry doing his double leg takedown that he likes to do. And then he's going to sit right here on top, probably start throwing some big, heavy shots over the top.
He's very savvy. Now Randy Yellowhair finds himself in an awkward position that he's not used to finding. But again, Randy's tough as nails. He's turning right now. Is he going to get it from that angle, Ryan?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like his whole left side of his neck's open. Right now, it looks like some pain tolerance going on.
You know, a lot of people might tap in that position, but I don't think you're going to get a tap from Randy Yellowhair.
Yeah.
We've seen him go out before he'll tap.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened in that Gabe Palaio fight, is he went out before he tapped.
He looks like he's locked up a side. I can't really see the type of choke he's got. He's got a rear naked choke. Does he have it?
I can't see if it's underneath or not. He let go right there, so apparently it was not underneath. And Yellowhair, I don't see him, giving it. And again, They mentioned that he's the pride of the Navajo Nation. I don't see him quitting too easy.
Kerry's got a rear naked choke now, and Randy's in a worse angle. I can't see if it's under the chin, but I do see Kerry's got what looks to be a rear naked choke. He's a little high. He might get bumped off, Ryan.
Yeah, you know, if I was, Randy, I would be trying to get him to come over top. You can see Kerry right now is using the cage actually to keep his head propped up so that he doesn't go too far over.
This fight hasn't disappointed yet.
It's almost under the throat right there.
Well, it looks like he's going for that choke. Randy keeps doing a good job of cutting that angle. So he's doing a really, really good job. Now we might see Randy Yellowhair come up on the top end of this exchange.
It looks like he might. We'll see how good of hips Kerry Lattimer has. And there goes, he's on top.
There we go, Randy Yellowhair now in a dominant position. The question is, can he keep Kerry there?
I don't know.
Wow, he takes the back and forth action, striking jiu-jitsu. I think the rear naked choke is the submission of the night with these guys. That's all they keep doing.
These guys keep going back and forth on this. And again, we got Kerry had that 2-on-1, kind of brought that hand over and dropped Randy Yellowhair kind of on his face. He's still in the great position, but he's got to get that hand back, maybe go with a palm-to-palm choke.
Randy Yellowhair's corner, Brock Jardine, telling him to keep his hips in, making sure that he secures that position. He doesn't want him to slip off. What are we seeing? What are we seeing here, Ryan?
Right now, from my angle, I got Randy Yellowhair who's taking the back. He's got that back position. He's got that back control, and he's still fishing for that rear naked choke.
Both of these guys want the rear naked choke, which is amazing to me. And Randy doing a good job of fighting it. Or not Randy, rather, but Kerry doing a good job of fighting it.
Yeah, both of them did a great job defending these chokes. They turn in, they change the angles on them to get a little bit of wind, take the pain, get through it.
Now, if you're a spectator, you don't know a lot about jiu-jitsu, everybody needs to know this is tiring. A jiu-jitsu match is tiring, and that's what they're right now. They're having a technical jiu-jitsu match.
Oh, it's a lot more tiring than standing up and just throwing punches. A jiu-jitsu match is using every different muscle in your body, using your core muscles, your leg muscles, your arm muscles, not to mention your brain at the same time to try to secure these chokes, to try to work your opponent down. And, it looks like he almost had that one underneath the throat again. Kerry's kind of lifting his head up when he's standing up.
That is a dangerous position to put two hands on the mat, because that opens yourself up for that rear naked choke. I'd like to see Kerry fight one and maybe base with the other hand.
Well, and you saw Kerry again using that, kind of savvy that he's got from fighting for so long, and he's slamming Randy on his face.
He basically slammed himself to change the angle, which is crazy. Unorthodoxness.
He'll take one to improve a position.
Randy hitting some elbows. Ethan telling him to make sure they hit on the side there. It looks like a stalemate. We might see a stand-up if we don't see a change in position. But Randy's got two hooks in. That's hard to get out. How do you get out of that when you got two hooks in like that?
Well, you need to straighten one of your legs, or at least try to straighten your legs and get one of those hooks out.
Randy says stand up. Randy says stand up.
Oh. And Kerry landed a couple punches.
Was that the best thing to do?
I don't know about that one. You don't give up the position for that. Now, it puts on a great fight for the crowd, though.
It does. Maybe Randy felt like he wasn't getting anywhere, and he wanted to let his hands go. Or maybe to secure another takedown.
Yeah, that's true. Or he could have maintained the same position and won by points.
Maybe right out the clock?
Yep, right out the clock. Make Kerry continue to carry his weight. Well, he did get another takedown. He does not have, he's got the head in the guillotine, but it doesn't look like Kerry's going to be able to get that full guard. He might get it through, but it doesn't really look like it.
Randy must have been in some trouble because he rolled to his side and went to his back, so that might have been a tight guillotine.
Yeah, and it looked like he was trying to sneak that other one out.
Randy is eating some heavy elbows by Kerry the Batterer Lattimer. And those elbows, 1, 2, there's a 10-second warning. Are we gonna see a round 3? Randy looks exhausted, but he's got double hand control. I think we might see a round 3. Here we go.
I think we're gonna make it through.
Here we go, a round 3. Tell us what we saw in that second round.
That second round was back and forth battle, the battle of the rear naked choke. Both thought they'd secured it, the other one would defend it properly, and we're here where we're at right now.
There we go, I'm excited. Now, what are you saying in the corner of Randy Yellowhair right now? If you're coaching him, what are you saying?
I personally would tell him to take him down, control the position, you take the back, lock up that body triangle, and fish for that choke.
Fish for that choke. You get the takedown, you can ride out the round.
Well, you started fishing recently. What happens? Sometimes you catch it quick, sometimes you're sitting there for a while.
But eventually you catch it if you hang out there.
Exactly.
So to your point, now we got Kerry the Batterer Lattimer. What do you think his corner's telling him?
I think they're telling him to continue doing what he's doing. I think they have a lot of confidence in what he's doing, and you see every time he gets on top, he's dropping heavy shots.
The guy's smiling.
Yeah.
He's been punched in the face for the last 10 minutes, throws his hands up, to the crowd, says, hey, I'm ready to go. He's smiling. That means we're going to see a great round 3.
I think so too.
That's right. Here we go, round 3, the championship title fight between Randy, the Desert Demon Yellowhair, one of the toughest guys in Utah, as well as Kerry the Batterer Lattimer. I'm excited, Ryan.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm wondering how many more rounds these guys can go like this.
I'm tired, and I'm just watching it.
Oh, I know. I mean, they're keeping up quite the pace in this grappling war that's going on. I mean, look how sweaty they are. These guys are slippery as can be.
I got it, honestly, I got it 1 round to 1 round.
Yeah, I'll take 1 to 1. That makes plenty of sense to me. And now, I mean, you got Kerry's got his hands down around his waist.
Wow, he caught him.
Oh, and that's new for Kerry. You don't see Kerry get knocked down too often.
I didn't see if it was a trip, if he caught his leg, or if he caught him with a punch. Either way, Kerry finds himself on his back.
I think he caught him with a punch, but he might have lost his footing at the same time. You know, Randy's doing a good job. He's being slow. He stepped on that foot right there, wants to pass, wants to get into a dominant position.
Yeah, interesting enough. Did you see he just basically gave up his back there? I think Kerry likes to fight from this position.
Yeah, you know what? Tiago, when he fought Tiago Alves, Tiago had this position as well, and he could not finish it either. And he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt that's won world titles. I mean, highly decorated, and he couldn't finish the rear naked choke from this position either.
Yeah, to your point, Kerry's a tough guy. He's resilient. He knows what he's doing with almost 30 fights. So maybe he's got a strategy that we don't know about. But what I do know is right now he's got the Desert Demon on his back, which is no easy task to get up.
No, and I also know this is scoring points in the judges' eyes for Randy Yellowhair.
To your point, yep. So inactivity means loss of points. So Kerry's got to do something.
Yeah, he's got to do something and see how slippery that was. We get a nice quick reversal, and I would look for Kerry to be dropping heavy bombs right now.
Randy got caught in this position twice. He got saved really by the bell, which we don't know how that's going to happen. So what, are we going to see Kerry start raining some heavy blows, and is Randy going to be able to take them?
I don't know. And, you know, Kerry did his first thing he does. He starts kneeing him right in the butt right there, which does not feel very good, and then starts dropping heavy.
For those of you who have ever been kicked in the butt at home, you know what that feels like.
A little bit different than when my dad used to kick me in the butt.
That's right, that's right. Here we go. There are those heavy hands. He's trying to soften him up. Randy needs to move. If he stays there, they're going to stop it. He can't have inactivity here.
No, he can't have inactivity there. He's really got to move, escape those hips, try to use that wall to get back up. I see him fishing for a butterfly to try to elevate him, but it almost looked like it just helped him pass into the half guard.
Could Randy be catching his breath for an explosion, or is he out of gas?
You know, I don't know. He used that wizard to help him get up.
There we go. It looks like he's trying to go for a front choke. He locks it in. I can't see the angle. Randy, very tough. He might be pulling. He might already be out. I can't see the angle from where we're sitting.
I see him still fighting. I don't think he's out yet, but if I know Randy, he'll go out before he'll attack.
Yes, he will.
You know.
And he's out. There we go. And Randy Yellowhair finds himself. They're both exhausted, but Randy Yellowhair finds himself inside an open guard of Kerry Lattimer.
So you'd like to see him pass right now. Take advantage of it.
I would like to see him pass or at least strike. There he does. He postures up. He makes him pay a nice up kick. And again, we see Kerry give up his back.
Yeah, you know, he's very comfortable from this position. And to his credit, he hasn't been submitted yet.
No, he has not.
I mean, he's got a very tough guy on top who keeps going for the position. And, you know, Kerry does a good job of just switching it up. And Kerry ends back on top.
He does. Kerry's going to go for that single leg or at least a double. Are his hands locked? I can't tell if they are.
No, they're not. They're not locked, which will make it a little bit more difficult, but I think he's about to lock them. Oh, he was holding on to the cage. Ethan grabbed his hand.
For those that don't know, how bad does that hurt when you get kneed in the leg like that?
Oh, it's very painful. I mean, your nerves going through your leg, they hit it in the right spot, and it's extremely painful right off the bat.
Kerry's able to power a double or single leg, get him down there. Randy needs to stand up. He doesn't need to be in that position, and Kerry's driving him forward to the cage. There's the skill and the experience of Kerry, and there's the heart of the Yellowhair right there.
Well, there you go. Yellowhair was trying to drop some blows, and you noticed Kerry lifted his hand up to kind of protect some of those from landing on the head.
Those don't feel good.
Yeah, if I was Randy, I'd keep landing them to the head.
To your point, I think your strategy right there would work. Does Randy need to get up? Does he need to better his position, or can he stay there for a while?
Oh, he needs to definitely get up. You know, sitting in this position is not going to do him any good. We've seen what happens earlier. I mean, he's taking heavy shots now, but he's a tough kid. I mean, what did you see out of him in training? I'm sure you saw toughness.
Yeah, the guy's tough. I mean, he's mainly trained at the pit, but I can tell you this guy's the nicest guy outside of the cage. When he gets in here, he's just what his name implies, the Desert Demon. And Kerry's just what his name implies, the Batterer. And that's what they're doing here. This is a beautiful fight for the Skillfist fans. Looks like he's trying to do a review suplex there. But the crowd is chanting. I can't tell if they're chanting Randy or if they're counting Kerry. That sounds very much similar. But what I do know, the crowd's excited for the fight.
It's probably one of the two. And it looks like we're headed up to the next round. We got another round for the fight fans right now. So, I mean, these guys are putting on a show, and they're not easy to stop.
3 rounds of action. These warriors have been fighting for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. This fight has not disappointed for the fans. We've got 10 more minutes of action. What did you see in that third round?
And that third round was great. It was a back-to-back battle. Kerry came out, got the double leg takedown, landed some heavy shots, but you saw, Yellowhair is starting to get back up. It looks like Yellowhair slowing down a little bit, though.
He is. I don't know how to call it. I'm going to put you on the spot. How do you have it so far?
I'll give that round to Kerry.
Okay, so you got 2 rounds to 1. Ryan, the unofficial scorecard. I'm going to have it the other way. I'm going to have Randy 2 rounds to 1 based on some control and some back control. But either way, I don't know. It's a good fight for the fans. It's close. Who knows?
I can't tell. That's why I said I didn't want to judge it ahead of time. What I am happy about is we get to go into these championship rounds.
This is deep waters.
This is. And I don't think either of these 2 guys have ever been here before.
No, they haven't, other than the fight with LJ Schultz.
Yes.
That was good.
But that was only 3 rounds.
That's right.
That was a
championship fight.
This is championship. I don't think Kerry's been in the championship fight. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so.
Kerry raises his hand and screams hey, this is a great fight. Not disappointing.
No, these 2 guys said they were going to give everybody fireworks
and here they go.
The fight of the month. Well, you know what? They're doing it.
They touch gloves. This is not to be missed. You're watching this at home right now. I would advise you not to get a drink, not to do anything unless there's a break in the action. Kerry's letting his hands go. Randy goes to the cage. Randy's savvy. Would you like to see Randy get off the cage from here?
Yeah. Every time he gets stuck against his cage, he's taking some blows. And it looked like he just took one, to the groin area, but I don't think the ref saw that.
Nope. Randy goes back to what he knows best, is that wrestling, which we see time and time again, and does a beautiful switch out and takes the back. Has he got any hooks in? No. Again, he's going for that rear naked choke.
Yeah, he doesn't have those hooks, but if he can just maintain that position, I almost would suggest at this point in time, one hook, if anything, just to make sure he doesn't get flipped over.
Kerry tried to do a front roll flip, which allowed Randy to secure the body triangle, which is one right leg over, the other leg tightening down on the diaphragm. For those of you at home, that is difficult to breathe.
Yes, very difficult to breathe, and every time you breathe out and your stomach contracts and it gets tighter, it's almost like a vice. It continues to tighten and tighten and tighten.
Not pretty. Randy looks very composed. Unfortunately, Kerry finds himself in the corner of Randy Yellowhair, so the only instruction he's hearing is from the opposing coaches.
Yeah, and he kind of got a little funny look at the corner while he was standing there as well.
Well, he didn't blow him a kiss, but he did give him a funny look, to your point.
Yes, he did.
So here we go. Kerry's got a decent angle on that. I don't think we're going to get that. Randy's going to get that rear naked choke.
No, if I was telling him to work, I'm getting those hips back on top, because we're going to get turned over, and you don't want him to get stuck on the bottom.
To your point, I think Randy's doing a good job of controlling the position, which may allow him to secure the round in the judge's eyes.
Yeah, and at this point in time, that's what I would be going for. You always want the finish, but aside from the finish, we want the victory. That's the first thing we want.
I think Randy ate some of the heavy shots of Kerry Lattimer and said, you know what, I'm going to stay down here for a little while. I don't want to mess with that.
And, it's a smart tactic, very smart tactic. He is in the dominant position right now, and if he can maintain that, it almost looks like he's trying to grab that arm and go for maybe an Americana or switch it to an arm bar.
We're about 2 minutes into the fight right now. We've got about 3 minutes left. Randy Yellowhair, both eyes almost closed shut from the swelling. Kerry doesn't have a lot of marks on him, but again, in this position, I have Randy winning the fight unless Kerry can change that position.
Well, he's about to, it looks like. The body triangle got lost. It slipped off with the sweat.
And there we go.
There we switched the position.
Kerry Lattimer doing what he does best, laying those heavy, heavy hands.
I'm wondering how, Randy's going to get up from this position. How would you suggest it?
Well, I'd like to see him maybe get his hips in, maybe get the shins in and push him away. But from right now, I would keep one hand down and try to explode up like a wrestling stand-up.
Yes, sounds very good.
Simsler, like what he just did. There we go.
Well, and he got up and he's turning the angle and he's going to be out of danger, at least somewhat for now.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to see Kerry drop down and try to get a double or try to get a single leg. But Randy's got, there we go. Kerry's going for it. Randy needs to, you hear Brock Jardine telling him to stuff his head. That's a great advice. He really needs to get his hips low, doesn't he, Ryan? Just defend that takedown?
He needs to get his hips low and get a nice wide base right there. I don't think Kerry has his hands locked yet, but if they're not, they're close. Actually, they might be, are they?
I believe they are. And it looks like Randy better be careful. He's going to get, and he did. He got the trip.
Yeah, he got the trip at the very end. Well, here come those heavy blows from Kerry Lattimer.
The Kerry Lattimer fans on their feet. The Randy Yellowhair fans on their feet. If you're a Steel Fist fan at home, I'd like you to get off your couch and be on your feet for this one.
Yep, get off. Show your kids. You know, this is a great fight right here. It shows the testament of wills between these two guys. I mean, both of them have been in horrible positions, and both have fought through it, and they're continue fighting right now. I mean, anything's available in MMA.
That's true. Kerry's picking his shots right now. Randy's doing a good job of mitigating damage. I don't know how to call it now. We got to take down a piece here in this round, but it's close. I do know that Kerry's dangerous in this position.
He's dangerous, and he lands heavy shots. You know, if he could land some heavy shots before the end of the round, I'd give this other one to Kerry as well, just due to the damage that's being done.
Absolutely. So here we go. Kerry, Randy Yellowhair goes to a closed guard, which means both legs wrapped around their opponent, and he's got an overhook on the left side, and it looks like he's trying to get head control. Kerry's having a hard time getting posture and getting space to strike.
Yeah, he's having a really difficult time, which is credit to, you know, Randy to sit there and try to, you know, block these shots. Randy just opened the guard right there. You know, I'd like to see him try to maybe shrimp out and try to get up, and by that I mean escape his hips to one side or the other and try to get out.
The Yellowhair fans adorned with T-shirts with his name and an American flag. The Lattimer fans are on their feet. This fight has not disappointed. We got a 10-second well. Are we going to see another round?
I think we will. I think we're going to get the treat of having a 5th round, that championship round, that final round, and we'll see where it takes us.
Here we go, a 5th and final round. How do you see it for the folks at home?
I give that last round to Kerry. You know, he stayed on top near the end of the round. That's going to stick in the judges' eyes with him being on top. It was a takedown apiece, but I do think Kerry's a little bit more effective with the punishment. Not as effective as the previous rounds. But, you know, then again, you give Randy Yellowhair keeps getting the back these times. But every time he gets the back, he slips back off, and he ends up on the bottom.
He does. I don't know how the judges see it. I've got it 2 rounds to 2 rounds. I got it dead even. This is the round, in my opinion, that's going to make the difference in the fight. Randy's slowing down a little bit, but what I do know about Randy, there's no quit. Kerry seems to be getting a second win.
Yeah, you know, Kerry, what I notice out of him is he just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And I've seen that in his past fights also when I thought he was going to slow down, and he didn't. So, you know, I can't wait to see this 5th round. I could see it going either way. I could see the judges going either direction. Both fighters have had their moments. So I don't even want to call it. I just want to watch.
Kerry's smiling still. He says, my face is okay. I'm ready to go. The 5th and final round, my guess is he's going to yell to the crowd to get him cheered up, and he does. He raises his hands up to say, come on, guys. Do you want to see a good fight? Randy, both eyes severely swollen, and Kerry says, we're going to give it a good fight. He points to Randy and says, bring it. And here we go, the final round, the championship fight. Kerry the Lattimer, Randy the Desert Demon. They hug each other and say, let's do it, man.
5 minutes here, guys.
Here we go, folks. This fight has not disappointed. For the Steel Fist 145-pound championship pro title.
You know, I'd like to see a little bit more dominance out of both of them. They seem to be throwing single punches.
They do. And it could be in an effort just to set up enough to get a takedown.
Yeah,
wow.
It could be that. It could be, you know, trying to get them to throw it. And then they want to release a combo, but neither of them are actually connected, so they're having a problem, you know, getting off.
Randy looking for that takedown again to secure the fight again. They'll score in the judge's eyes.
Yes, all day long.
Randy, both eyes are nearly closed, but again, there's no quitting him. Kerry just looked up and smiled at his corner, says, I've got this under control. They're slippery right now.
Oh, they're very slippery right now. You know, I'd like to see, you know, he's going for the armbar.
A beautiful transition. Kerry Lattimer switching to an armbar.
It looks deep.
Is he slippery enough? Is he going to get it?
I think he's going to get out.
I think Randy's got 2 hands on there, and he does, to your point,
does,
Ryan.
and I think he almost had his elbow out anyways. You know, he had 2 hands holding it, but that was very slick of Kerry. Very quick, too.
Yeah, very nice transition for a guy who's not known as a jiu-jitsu specialist. Randy's taking heavy blows with those elbows. Do those elbows do damage even at that short distance?
Oh, yes. Those elbows will do damage from any distance. Short elbows hurt, I wouldn't say as bad as, you know, long elbows, but at the same time, they do damage, and they do not feel good.
And they cut you.
Yes.
Head up! Get your head up!
And that'll change the, you know, a fight. Not because these guys aren't tough, but because the referee may stop it.
That's right. Again, Kerry finds himself on his back. I got to tell you, if Kerry's going to win this fight, he's got to get up. If Randy's going to win this fight, he's got to stay on top.
There goes that armbar again, that armbar attempt.
I don't know that that's scoring in the judge's eyes, or do you think it is?
I don't think it is. You know, I think Randy's sitting on top, is scoring a lot more points in those armbar attempts.
Nobody is disappointed in this fight. This is an amazing fight between two experienced warriors. Kerry the Battimer Lattimer and Randy Yellowhair again takes the back. Can't quite see what he's going to get. He might slip out the back door.
I think he's going to slip out. Let's
And
see
he
if
does.
Randy can get to his feet, or if Kerry can get another takedown and drop some heavy blows.
Back and forth action. If I'm Randy, I go back to what I know. Get those takedowns. Do those body shots hurt?
Oh, yes. Yes, they hurt. Oh, here he comes. And Kerry's coming at him with all fury. He knows it's the last round. He knows he got to lay it out there.
If I was Kerry, I might have wanted to see him let his hands go, but Randy was sort of against that cage. Because I think what we're going to see here is Randy go for another takedown.
Yeah, I think Randy's going to try to pick him up. Hopefully pass into side control, relieve any pressure from any sort of guillotine he may try to grab on the way down.
It looks like he's going for a high crotch. He's going to lift him up George St. Pierre style and then dump him.
Oh, and Kerry does a good job trying to get that foot on the outside, which makes that single leg, if he tries to switch to the dump, it makes that a little bit more difficult.
His hands are locked. It's going to make it difficult. And there we go. Randy's able to secure the takedown. Are we going to see him slide to the back? I bet we will, and we do.
Now, I'd like to see him only put maybe one hook in here to try to maintain that position. Every time he puts two hooks in, he's sliding off. Kerry's very savvy. He's working out of the position, so I kind of like what I see Yellowhair do.
There's only 2 minutes left in the fight, Ryan. And now Kerry is laying down some heavy, heavy shots.
Well, and you might see Kerry go for broke. He knows it's last round. You might see him actually just start throwing and throwing and throwing with no regard, knowing that he'll leave it out there on the table.
Back and forth action. If I'm a judge tonight, I don't want to be scoring this fight.
No, this would be a very difficult fight. And to be honest with you, I think either party side is going to be upset with the ruling. Both parties can sit there and see the effort that these warriors have put out for us tonight. And, I would feel bad, judging it one way or the other.
I would too. The judges may have the choke attempts from Randy Yellowhair not scoring, and he soars a rear naked choke of his own. Randy looks tired. Is he going to get it?
I think he has that sunk in pretty deep. I think Randy Yellowhair is going to go to sleep here.
No, and he turns. Wow. The amazing thing. Now that is deep.
Wow.
That is really deep. Randy's got to get out of this, or he's going to find himself going unconscious. It looks like we've got about 30 seconds left. Randy's able to cut the angle, which might be enough to save him.
I think it did.
But to the point, no, I think he's rolling the wrong way.
What did they?
Neutral corner. I didn't see what happened.
I didn't see what happened either. I think a knee to the spine.
Potentially a knee to the back. Yep, I think that's what we have, a knee to the spine. I don't think he's going to take away a point. I think it's a warning. Ethan knows when it's intentional. He knows when it's not. What do you think?
Well, I don't think it was intentional. I think it was in the moment. But the big important thing to me is it just got Randy out of that position. Randy is now out of that position. He's now standing. So we'll see if they take a point or not. If they take a point, that may have a huge change in this fight.
Randy Yellowhair's corner, Brock Jennings telling him we have 30 seconds left in the fight. Let's see if they go for broke. They're going to have to.
They're going to have to. Both of them, leave it out there in the cage. They've been doing it the whole fight. What would stop them from doing it in the last 30 seconds?
30 seconds left in the fight. Randy, the Yellowhair Demon, versus Kerry, the Battimer Lattimer. And are we going to see 30 seconds of action? I know we're going to. The crowd are on their feet. The Steel Fist fans, whether you're Yellowhair or whether you're a Kerry fan, everybody's getting their money's worth tonight. I'm excited to see both these warriors fight.
I'm excited to see who wins this fight.
Here they go. I bet they just stand and bang.
Oh, I bet you they do too.
Let's go. 30 seconds. They're going to stand and bang.
Nice hook.
Yeah, they're going to stand and bang. I think they're going to go at it. It could come down to that last takedown, though, if somebody can get one.
Yep. I mean, we'll see what happens. There goes a 10-second clip.
10 seconds. Whoa, and he caught him.
Nice right hand by Randy Yellowhair.
That might be the opening series that closes it up. They're both throwing for broke. The fans are getting their money's worth. What an amazing fight. The fans are on their feet. Randy Yellowhair, Kerry the Battimer Lattimer.
I can't call it. I can't call it. Great fight, everybody. Let's take it over to the cage.
The fight went to the judges. Judge Dennis scores about 49-46. Judge First scores about 49-46. Judge Giles scores about 48-47. With your winner, via unanimous decision, the red corner, Kerry Lattimer.
On top of the chain and safe from the rain.
What do you know?
What you know about the ways of the underside?
Put your hands together. Please don't leave yet. Put your hands together for both of these warriors. Was that the fight of the night or what? All right, guys, I'm gonna take a second real quick to interview Randy Yellowhair. Randy, I know you're disappointed. Kerry, I'm gonna come back to you. Let me just get a couple words from Yellowhair. Randy, come over here. I know you're disappointed. What an amazing fight. You didn't disappoint. Win, lose, or draw. The fans won tonight, but tell me what's going through your mind. I think you felt you won that fight.
I did. I thought I won. I give him the one round at least, but he's a tough kid and he deserves it.
Okay, you're always classy and respectful. You felt like you won that fight. You found yourself on most of the exchanges taking the back. It was a close fight to call. The judges saw it the other way. Do you have any idea why in your mind they might have?
Honestly, I don't know. I got to watch the tape and reevaluate myself, and I don't know.
Okay. Let me tell you first off, whether you have a belt around your waist or not, that was a championship performance by an amazing warrior. And God, you just displayed so much heart, and you had him in a lot of trouble. We are happy to have you in the Steel Fist family. That was a championship fight. You should be proud. Nobody lost, and you definitely didn't lose.
Well, I give it to him. He won. Judge thought he won, but I just gotta go back and reevaluate myself and see what I want to do.
You're an amazing warrior. I've been pleased to watch you fight over the years. Please tell me that you're going to be back in this cage, Randy.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I was going to step away for a while. I think I still am, and I'll be back. This is not it, but I have to step away from the cage and be a father to my daughter.
God bless you for being an amazing fighter, an amazing warrior, an amazing father, and more importantly, an amazing person. Thank you, Randy, for a beautiful fight.
I just want to thank my fans. I want to thank Riven. I also want to thank Robinson Trucking Company, and also Extreme Ground and Pound, and also Kick-Ass Sports for giving me this opportunity to fight. I want to thank Kerry for stepping in the cage with me. He's a warrior, and he definitely deserves the belt. And like I said, I have to step away for a while and be a father to my daughter.
We appreciate you for that. Thank you for an amazing performance, Randy Yellowhair. Let's get the champion in here as well. Let him get a picture in there first, then we'll get Kerry in here. Here we go, guys. Your new 145-pound champion, Kerry the Batterer Lattimer. Give your hand, give him some love. That belt looks great on you. Kerry, come on over here for a second. That new hardware is going to do more than hold up your pants. It's going to open doors for you. You are an amazing fighter of almost 30 fights. Every single round, you're smiling. I look over there, you're smiling. You're getting choked, you're smiling. You really love doing this, don't you?
I love it. You know, best sport in the world. Worst thing that can happen is you get your ass kicked, and that ain't even that bad, you know?
Not at all. Tell me if anything at all surprised you of Randy Yellowhair.
Randy, like he said, I had a gas tank. Man, he has a gas tank as well, man. A couple times I thought I'd be able to finish off with the ground and pound, and he just took it, man. He just kept taking it and taking it. He is tough as nails.
You have had some of the most decorated jiu-jitsu practitioners trying to choke you, especially one in your last fight. He had like 15 rear naked chokes, and you were able to defend him off. Were you ever worried from that position?
In this fight? He got one that was pretty deep in the first round. I believe it was the second rear naked. It got under my chin, and I got worried for a minute, but, you know, they can only squeeze for so long before they have to take a little break. And he took a break, and so I
Very well said. Help me understand the people that helped you get here. You got a great coaches, great team. You got a championship belt. Who helped you get that belt?
My team did. You know, I'm with Limitless MMA, which is owned and operated by Dewey and Janelle Shattuck. You know, I got great coaches, Nick Q, Jimmy Salmon was a coach of mine for a long time, Brian Hicks, my jiu-jitsu coach, Mark Massey at Elite Jiu-Jitsu. You know, they all help me. Every single person, from the new guy to the most experienced, you know, as long as they're in there helping me, I'm getting better. So.
You are a very respectful champion. You're going to make a great champion at 145. We're lucky to have you. Please tell me we're going to see you back in this cage again, defending this belt.
Oh, yeah. I got to defend it once to keep the actual belt, and I really want to keep it. So, but I'd also like to thank my sponsors. I got Zemo Throttle. I drink it morning and lunch. You know, it's a natural energy supplement. Dependable Auto. They give me my vehicles to get to and from my fights. Still Fist Fights for giving me the great opportunities that they've given me. Gosh.
Any family. Any family, last one, any family. Those are the people that count.
Yeah, my beautiful wife. She's my #1 fan. She's supported me since day one, and I couldn't do it without her.
There we go. Your winner, your new 145-pound champion. Randy looks like he wants to come over and help you put that belt around your waist. Kerry, the Lattimer, for an amazing fight. Put your hands together, whether you're a Yellowhair fan or a Kerry fan. Congratulations. He got it. Congratulations, guys. Great fight. Thanks, folks, for coming out.